The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, July 3, 2023. On June 29, 2023, Ukrainian authorities reported that, under emergency legislation, 139,000 citizens have been evacuated from the combat zones in the Ukrainian-controlled areas of the Donetsk, Kharkiv, and Kherson regions since July 2022. This is just one part of Ukraine's ongoing broader crisis of displacement. The United Nations estimates 6.3 million Ukrainians remain refugees and over 5 million internally displaced. With a pre-war population of 44 million, a quarter of Ukrainians remain forced from their homes as a result of Russia's invasion. The Air Force Command of Ukraine Armed Forces update. On the night of July 3, 2023, Russia carried out another attack with Iranian Shahed 136 and 131 strike drones from the southeast direction. In total, the launch of 17 Shahed were recorded. Anti-air defense worked in the southern, eastern, and central areas. As a result of anti-aircraft combat by the Air Force and anti-aircraft defense of other defense forces of Ukraine, 13 striking BPLA Shahed 136 and 131 were neutralized. The rest have not achieved their goals. Over the past and current days, the Air Force Aviation has carried out dozens of sorties, 15 of which were aimed at destroying Russian facilities, equipment, logistics, and manpower. Today, July 3rd, we congratulate the anti-aircraft missile troops of the Air Force and once again thank the defenders of the sky for their combat work. The Institute for the Study of War Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment. Ukrainian forces conducted counteroffensive operations in at least 4 sectors of the front, made marginal advances on July 3rd. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that Ukrainian forces also conducted counteroffensive operations in the Lyman direction. Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar stated that Ukrainian forces continue counteroffensive operations in the Bakhmut area, the western Donetsk-Zaporizhia Oblast border area, and in western Zaporizhia Oblast. Maliar stated that Ukrainian forces recaptured 9 square kilometers of territory in eastern Ukraine, and geolocated footage shows that Ukrainian forces have advanced southwest of Bakhmut. Maliar stated that Ukrainian forces also recaptured 28.4 square kilometers in southern Ukraine in the past week, for a total of 158.4 square kilometers in southern Ukraine during an unspecified time period. A Russian military blogger claimed that Ukrainian forces made limited gains south of Orikhiv, in western Zaporizhia Oblast. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Russian military bloggers have seized on recent Ukrainian activity on the southern bank of Kherson Oblast to call for an increased presence of small river vessels and equipment in the Dnipro River to prevent further Ukrainian advances. Russian Security Council Deputy Chairperson Dmitry Medvedev published an essay that re-amplified inflammatory Russian rhetoric towards Ukraine and the West, likely to undermine support for Ukraine at the upcoming NATO summit. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu reiterated boilerplate rhetoric about the current state of the war in Ukraine and the Wagner Group rebellion on July 3rd. Russian forces continued drone and missile strikes against rear areas in Ukraine overnight and during the day on July 3rd. The Kremlin continues to use tools of digital authoritarian to surveil Russia's domestic population and aim to expand domestic production of surveillance technology. Ukrainian and Russian forces continued limited attacks on the Svatov-Kremina line and south of Kremina. Russian and Ukrainian forces continued ground attacks in the Bakhmut area. Ukrainian forces reportedly continued limited ground attacks in western Donetsk Oblast, near the Donetsk-Zaporizhia Oblast's administrative border, and in western Zaporizhia Oblast. Official Russian sources continue to claim that Russian forces repel all Ukrainian assaults on the southern bank of Kherson Oblast, near the Antonivsky Bridge. The Wagner Group is reportedly suspending regional recruitment on a temporary basis. Russian officials continue efforts to portray Russia as a safe custodian of Ukrainian children, while inadvertently confirming that Russia is facilitating mass deportations of Ukrainian children to the Russian Federation.